identify and recognize that a behavior is a problem for us, it can be difficult to change problem behaviors. Tracking behaviors is a useful strategy for problem behaviors that we want to change. It can help us develop an effective behavior change plan and provides us with information about the frequency of the behaviors and triggers for those problem behaviors. Behavior tracking can be used in a wide variety of behaviors. These include driving too fast, arriving late for appointments, smoking, swearing and cussing, raising our voices in anger, binge eating, slamming doors. The list goes on and on. When we recognize that behavior is problematic in our lives, we can use behavior tracking to help develop an effective behavior change plan. To track your behavior, you want to use a very simple graph or chart. In this one that I'm using for my example, I begin by specifically describing the problem behavior that needs to be changed. So for example, if the problem behavior I'm targeting is speeding, then I might describe it as driving more than 3 miles an hour over the speed limit. I'm being very specific here what I mean by speeding. Then I'm going to fill in the dates for 1 week at least to track when I engage in these behaviors. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 weeks of tracking to really be able to identify how frequent the behavior is occurring and when it's occurring. Then in each time block, I'm going to mark how many times I engage in that behavior. Now in my chart, I break down during the daytime hours the chart into about 3-hour blocks, but you can break it down into different hour blocks if that seems to be more accurate or efficient for what you are trying to track. Usually in the evening I have a much bigger block because I'm engaging in less behaviors. For me, I'm typically sleeping between certain hours, so I might make that a big block just in case I do happen to be driving late at night. I'll leave that in there, but it's not going to be as broken down and detailed. Then on the far column, you'll see that there's the first letter of each day of the week. And next to that, if I engage in a behavior on that chart, I'm going to put next to that where I was, what activity was occurring when I was speeding or engaging in this behavior of speeding. So I might say that I was late for work, or I was on the 5 freeway, or I was on the 15 freeway. I'm going to give a little bit of detail, some specificity there. Now I don't fill in the block at all if I don't engage in the behavior at all. If I'm either not driving, then the block is going to be empty, or if I drive the speed limit, then the block is going to be empty. If I engage in the behavior 1 to 2 times within that time frame, then I'm going to fill in half of the block. If I engage in the behavior more than 3 times, then I'm going to fill in the entire block. And this is going to give me a good picture of how frequently I'm engaging in these behaviors. And of course, on the side note, I'm going to notice the other details that I've put. Maybe there's somebody else in the car, maybe I'm driving alone, where I'm going, those kinds of details which are going to help give me a little bit of information as I'm tracking my behaviors. In this example, a fictional individual, Susie Q, would like to change her behavior of using certain cuss words. These are 2 specific words. She has recognized that by using these words, she has offended people and damaged relationships, and believes that it is not appropriate language for her to be using. These are socially and personally significant reasons to want to change behavior. Her habit of using these words has been difficult to break, so she decides to track when she is using them and what she is doing when she uses them most frequently, to try to identify her triggers. After a week of tracking, she notices that she does not use these words when she is alone, when she is in class, at work, or talking to her family, either in person or on the phone. In fact, she notices that she only uses these words when she is with her friends, either working out, eating lunch, talking on the phone, or just hanging out. From this tracker, she recognizes that she only engages in this behavior when she is in social settings, which helps her better develop a plan for behavior change. Although it can take a little bit of preparation and time at the beginning to get your charts ready and to get into the rhythm of recording your behaviors, this is a very effective strategy that can help you towards your goal of positive behavior change.